Hey there, my fabulous friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brandy. Today's video, we are duping some very expensive, in my opinion, ornaments that I saw online. The velvet ornaments are everywhere, but they are a little pricey, especially if you want to do a lot more than, like, say 6 or 10 on a tree. They get very expensive. So I duped some of those, and that's what this video is. Also, some ornaments that I made into a family tree for my mom, so that is included in this video as well. Let's go make something fabulous for Christmas. Alright, so I was inspired by these green velvet ornaments that I saw. These are the picture off the Walmart website. I liked those. I love the deep green. Just if I wanted to do a lot on my tree, it was going to be very pricey. I apologize if my voice is a little bit gravelly. I've been fighting off a little bit of sinusy cold stuff. So I had all of these wooden ornaments. Some of these came from Amazon, some of these came from Hobby Lobby, and then I got this paper. It's not paper, it's like a fabric that is green velvet, and it's made with stickers on the back. It's made to go into jewelry boxes, things like that. So I ordered this off of Amazon. I paid $10 for this pack of this paper, but I did not use it all. I think I used maybe 4 of the sheets. And so the cost to this is pretty minimal. I spray painted all the wooden ornaments green, and then I lay them down on the back and I trace them out on here so that I could, know how many I could fit on each one. Sorry about that. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so if you hear any noise in the background, we do have a house full of people, and I am in the basement, so if they're upstairs making noise, you may hear a little bit in the background, and I apologize for that. But it is the holiday season, and I love having family around, so I'm just trying to get this voiceover done. On this first one, I cut out each one individually first. I changed that up on the second piece, and I'll show you that in just a moment, but I peeled off the backing and I placed it on the front there. I placed it on the unpainted side after that first one. So the second piece, I do not do the same thing because there were a couple of pieces stuck together here. So I'm pulling it apart, I'm laying them down on the back, I'm tracing them out just so that I know how many I can fit on here, and then I can cut away any that I'm not going to use so that I can use that for a later project for something else. So I'm drawing them on here, but I don't cut them out. I just cut out the unused part of the paper, and then I take the backing off, lay them on the front, and I use my X-Acto knife to cut out the remaining pieces. These larger ornaments, I didn't have a lot of leftover, so I didn't need to cut any away. I've not had any problem with this not sticking to these little wooden ornaments. I haven't had any of them come up. They've been hanging on the tree now for about a week, and none of them have come up. So this worked really well, this sticker paper. If you don't have this, you can use any kind of green velvet and you can glue it on. You could use spray adhesive. You wouldn't have to go buy this if you had green velvet ribbon that you wanted to use. You could use anything to get that green velvet look on there. So, all right, the next step, I have them all cut out, and I have all of these jewels that came from the website totallydazzled.com. You can get them in bulk. The price is unbelievably it's great deals for these little jewels. If you try to buy them all each individually, you're going to pay a lot more, and the prices on Totally Dazzled are really a value for your dollar. So I'm not sure what the long pause is here. I think I was looking for something, or I was trying to get some of the little jewels come on either a ring, or they have a little thing on the back. Again, check out this website. They have really good deals, and I'm a little bit out of frame there, but I'm starting to glue some of these on. This one is a larger one that was attached to a napkin ring, And I want to take the napkin ring off, and you can't see what I'm doing there, and I apologize. I'm working on this new setup. I've got the camera above me now, and I need to remember every time to make sure that where I'm working is in frame. I think you get a better angle this way on how I'm actually doing the craft as opposed to like in front of me or over my shoulder, but I'm still working on it, so I apologize for that. But what I do here is I take several of these ornaments. I take several of the Totally Dazzled little jewels. Some of them look like snowflakes. Some of them are gold. Some are silver. Some have pearls. Some have diamonds. Just a variety. And I'm just gluing them all on. I used hot glue on these. I thought that I was using some Fix-All, but I don't think they were sticking quite well enough. So for whatever reason, the velvet, it worked best with the hot glue, I believe. So whatever glue you see me using, I was trying different ones. Excuse me just a moment. But as you can see, my editing has not gotten much better. I'm still working on that as well, and I apologize again for that. It has been hectic today. I've been getting ready for Thanksgiving and, you know, making desserts and stuff for tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this editing in and voiceover in because I should have had this video up already, but I do not. So see, I'm just placing those down, and then I used this gold paint marker that came from Dollar Tree. Just to paint the top part, so the top part of the ornament is gold, like, you know, either gold or silver, but I did gold because I'm doing green and gold in my living room and on the Christmas tree there. So very easy, you just glue those down. You can use whatever you want to decorate these. You don't have to decorate them at all. Some I left totally blank. I'm not sure what's wrong with my view here. It looks a little foggy, I'm not sure, but here I'm using some washi tape that is like a glittery gold, and I'm putting it on these other shaped ornaments. These don't have any green velvet on them, so these I believe came from Hobby Lobby. I go after Christmas to shop for things like this, and I get them really inexpensive. They had little swirlies like engraved into it, so I just used that gold pen, did those little designs in the gold. Again, I'm just trying to do a variety of different ornaments that are green and gold. So here I've got some more of these. I'm using some of the super glue that from Dollar Tree, and I have these little jewels, and I'm putting those in the middle. So some have the sparkly jewels, some have the glittery washi tape. Just doing a variety. You do these in your own style. I just wanted to show you these because you can replicate the velvet ornaments, and you can make a ton of them for really inexpensive, and you have the same look on your tree. They're all flat. They are not, you know, the round balls like the other ones, but to be honest with you, these turned out really cute, and I was really happy in the end with how all of these look on my tree. Then I take some pieces of picks that are in gold, and I glue some of those down. I only did a couple of this way because I realized you could see the glue. I wasn't real happy with it, but so I have some pick pieces. I'm just taking little pieces, gluing them on there, and just adding some gold to each one in a different way. But again, I did leave some completely plain with just the green velvet, and the backs are green because they're painted with the green spray paint. So if you see them on the tree, no matter which way they turn, they're still green. I really do like this velvet look on the tree. I just was not willing to pay the price to put those all over my tree. It's not that they're so expensive to buy a 4 or 5 pack of them. It's just that if you want more than 4 or 5 on your tree, you're going to spend a lot of money. And for all of these, I already had all the things from Totally Dazzled, and I get those when they have the sales. I stock up on those. So for all of these, I already had the ornaments left over from last year, you know, ornaments, and I spray painted them green. I spent $10 total on on all of these ornaments because I had all the other things. So I didn't even use all of the green velvet, but say for $20 you could do a ton of ornaments this way. You could really save some money. So I'm adding some tulle to some, just a variety, just trying to, I have a lot of gold things, so I'm just kind of going through my stash and adding. I apologize again, I thought I sped this up a little bit faster than this, but for some reason I hit the speed up button and it wasn't speeding up quite as much as I would like. But again, I apologize, I'm still working on my editing. After Christmas is done and over with, I plan on doing a lot more research on the program I edit with and doing a lot more, maybe take a couple classes so that I can get better at this editing. This is all very new to me, the editing. Before I started YouTube, I had no idea how to do any of this with a video, edit, do the audio, do voiceovers, any of that. So it's all learn as I go, and I'm learning from my mistakes and trying to get better as I go along. So just bear with me. I appreciate your patience on that. Even on the green velvet, on this one, I did use the washi tape. I secured it on the front. I didn't have to use any glue. I wrapped it all the way around to the back and kind of wrapped it over itself. I had no problem with it sticking. I haven't had any come off. Again, these have been on my tree for about a week now, and I have not had any issues whatsoever with any of the things coming off, the green velvet or the gold washi tape. So again, just doing a variety, adding different things here and there, and painting all of the little, they look like ornament hangers on the top gold. And I had never used these paint markers before from Dollar Tree, but everybody said these gold ones were really good. So I picked up a couple, and I really do like them. They do work really well. I have regular paint pens from Sharpie. This one works more like a marker than a paint marker, so it may actually just be a metallic marker. I'm not sure if it actually has paint inside of it, but this one works really well for the gold. I did not have the same experience with the white chalk marker from Dollar Tree. Everybody else says that one's really good. I haven't really had that experience with that one, so I didn't really enjoy that one as much. But again, just showing you, these are finishing up here. I'm frustrated with myself because my hands are out of frame half of this time, and I'm really getting annoyed with that. These lines do not have to be straight across. Some of them kind of go at an angle, some go straight across, some go diagonally. I wanted them to have a variety. And I do show you a picture of my tree here in just a moment to show you how, you know, all together these all kind of look on the tree. But I was really happy with how these turned out. Again, a simple DIY. I finished all of these in probably under an hour, tops, even adding the green velvet. And I have a ton to go on my tree and that I can use from years on. Here's a lot of the variety I made with the Totally Dazzled. Here's some up close just so you can kind of see how they all look. This was before I put my tree up, so I didn't put them on the tree yet. I just wanted to show them all to you. I was really happy with how these turned out. Here's a couple of the variety that I made with the just the washi tape or some picks, just a variety again, and some plain ones as well. I didn't put gold on all of them. I did on the tips, but other than that, I did not. So here is my Christmas tree and how it turned out. Again, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Now these are the same kind of ornaments. These are the smaller ones. I spray painted all of these blue. My mom does, there's hers. I actually changed it and used hers and my dad's names instead of mom and dad. But these ornaments I painted blue. My mom does blue and silver in her decorating. And I'm making her a little family tree, a family tree that's made with the ornaments. So I spray painted all of these blue. And I love the bright, vibrant blue. It just looks so pretty. And I'm using a silver Sharpie paint marker. and I'm writing all the names of our family. So from mom and dad all the way down to my great nephew, and it's a lot, so I just take my time. I have decent handwriting. I like my handwriting, so I wrote these out by hand. You could use a Cricut or a Silhouette. I have a Silhouette, but I did not do them with a Silhouette. I just wrote the names myself. And I'm going through in my head to make sure I didn't forget anybody. I then called my mom, went through the list again with her to make sure I didn't forget anybody because I didn't want to leave anybody off the tree, of course. Wanted to make sure I didn't leave any names off, so I went through it a few times. We do have a large family, so I wanted to make sure. I have two siblings, and I have a niece and how many nephews now I have? Oh, 8, 9 nephews. A great nephew. I have my cousin's daughter, who I call my niece, and so just a lot of people. We just have a lot going on here. And I'm going through and writing each name. Now, I do go in, you'll see in just a moment, I go in and add some more of the bedazzled jewels to some of these ornaments. That ornament said 2024 because I wanted the year on there. This is the white frost. It's kind of like a rub and buff, but it's like a paste. They call it a wax. And I'm just adding some frosting around the sides because to make it look like it's like a frosted, a little bit icy on the edge. I just thought it gave it a nice little look. So I'm going through. I tried to do it with like a little Q-tip. It wasn't working too well, so I just put my finger in there and I add a little bit of water to the wax to make it a little bit more pliable because it kind of gets a little dry. So I just add a little bit of water, and I'm just going through each one and adding a little bit of the frosting on each one. I do the frosting on all of them. I make sure to get the tip part where the hanger, whatever you want to call it, with a lot more than I do the rest, and I just kind of get around the edges on all of them. Then I go in with some of the Totally Dazzled jewels, and I add a jewel to each one of the females in the family. The guys didn't get a jewel. I figured they wouldn't appreciate a jewel anyway, and the girls always like a little bit of glitz and glamour, so on all of the ladies in the family, I added a jewel. I did on the 2024 as well, so you'll see that in just a second. I just take some more of those Totally Dazzled. Again, check out her website. It's great to get those. I decorate for a lot of weddings and events, and those come in handy to add sparkle and decorate. So it's good to have on hand. And she has some really good sales too. So if you go on there and you get things while they're on sale, you get even a better deal. The prices not on sale are still a good deal, and you can get a lot for a decent amount of money, and it's really nice to have on hand just for different crafting. If you like the sparkle, if you are not like me and you do not like any sparkle or any bit of jewel, any of that, then you probably wouldn't appreciate those. But as I said, I decorate for a lot of weddings, and jewels and sparkle and all that kind of stuff is really really easy to use when you're decorating for a wedding. And I tend to bring these out at Christmas time every year and use them on different things too because, again, I love the sparkle. I was laughing the other day because I was doing laundry and I emptied the lint filter in the dryer, and the dryer lint was actually glittery. I had been decorating for Christmas and there was gold and red and green glitter all in with the lint, and I was like, well, I guess you can tell I've been crafting and decorating for Christmas because even the lint that I throw away has a little bit of sparkle to it. So all right, I'm finishing these up. I apologize. Again, thought I cut a little bit more out of this. I do want to take this time to wish you a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. I hope that you take the time to be thankful, give glory to God, and to spend time with friends or family. If you don't have anybody to spend time with, I pray that you will just take the day and do something for somebody else, and just take the time and thank God for what you do have, appreciate the little things. We may not have much in life, but God is always good, and I pray that you just take the day to be thankful, to spend the time with family, and I pray that you all stay safe if you are traveling for the holidays. If you are staying home and people are traveling to you, I pray that you all have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. It is turning into Christmas very quickly. I have done my decorating. I did not film it. I was planning on it, but I will do a house tour next week. I'll make sure that I go around and film everything, and I'll show you all of my decorations. If you follow me on Facebook, you may have already seen those because I did post pictures over there, but I will do a walking tour around the house. Here's where I'm adding the jewels. And I'm just adding some to, again, all the ladies in the family. You'll see there's not nearly as many as there were before. We have a lot more guys in our family than we do girls. But again, maybe that's why I thought the girls all needed a little bit more sparkle on the tree. So just finishing these up and adding the jewels in here for those. And even in the 2024, I added, I think, 2 of them on that one just to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz. I think I only added 1 to each one of the people. I might have added 2 to my mom's name just because she's extra special, but everybody else just got 1. Again, I apologize for my voice. I am trying to fight off a little bit of this sinusy allergy stuff going on right now. So I had this silver bucket. Again, my mom's colors are blue and silver. I had this white ribbon. It's kind of like a glittery, snowy white. I got this at Hobby Lobby either last year or the year before. Again, I tend to buy things after the season when they go on extra sale. And then for white, I tend to pick up lots of that because I do decorate for weddings and different events. And white you can use for a lot of different things. So I had this in my stash. And I took 5 of these Dollar Tree Christmas trees. Now, these aren't the Christmas ones. These are actually the Easter ones, I believe. And I put 6 of them together, used some zip ties. I thought I filmed that, and I did not. And some are taller than the others. So you can see that where it kind of looks like in the middle, it looks like it goes shorter and then wider again. It does, because I used 2 or 3 at the top and then 3 or 4 at the bottom. And I forget exactly how many I used. I believe I used 6 total. So I think I used 2 at the top and 4 at the bottom to make it really full. I glued it down inside into some foam, and then I filled it with pebbles to give it some weight. And then I'm just fluffing, but this is these are the Easter trees, I believe. They come out at Easter, and these are the iridescent white. I think it looks more silver than white, and my mom's colors again are blue and silver. And so I had gotten these, actually my sister picked these up at her Dollar Tree earlier this year for me. She got me 10 of them because I was looking for them and I needed the iridescent ones, and when she saw them come out at Easter time, she picked them up for me because we live about 2 hours away from each other, and the stores all have different things. As you could see there, the top was kind of separating, so I added another zip tie up in there. I thought I had enough until I stood it up right. So when you're working on projects, just a little tip there. When you're working on projects and you have them laying down flat, once you stand them up, take another look, because you're going to see things that you didn't see when they were laying down. Gravity kind of pulls them in different directions. And so as you can see, I have some that stick out a little further there in the middle, and I just kind of bend them and tuck them a little bit because I'm going to be gluing all the ornaments on. So in the end, and I can't really see it as much, and then I look in the camera and I'm like, oh, some of those are sticking way out. Let me readjust, let me kind of twist it and turn it and just keep fluffing it. I'm glad that I used this many trees because I wanted it very full. And then I glued all the ornaments on, and here's kind of how it looks in the end with my bad background. And then I actually gave this to my mom, forgot to get a final picture, so I called her and she took these pictures for me. I appreciate that, Mom. Thank you. Oh, this was another craft I made her, and that does not belong in this video, but that's a preview for another video later on. I apologize for that. I did not mean to sneak that in there, but here are the final pictures of this family Christmas tree and how it turned out. I did add some of the blue little ornaments that came from Dollar Tree in there as well. I just kind of tucked them in, glued them all around, and I really am happy with the way it turned out. One final look at this, and there you go. So friends, what did you think about these ornaments? Would you try to make these yourself? I love the velvet ornament look. I wanted to try to dupe them. Let me know what you think, how I did. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. I have some exciting videos upcoming. Some more Christmas crafts first, and then decorating. I'm excited to decorate for Christmas. I am ready to decorate for Christmas. I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's so early, but I like to do mine early. I like to have it all done before Thanksgiving. That way I can also get a lot done during the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas and still enjoy the holiday season. I decorate a lot and I like to have it done before Thanksgiving. So I'm excited to get to that. I have some crafts I do need to finish first, and I am trying to get those things done. It's just been a bit hectic, a lot going on. So I hope you stay tuned. I hope you tune in. Subscribe, so hit that notification bell. Then you'll know when all my videos are coming out, right when they come out, and you can watch them. Let me know what you think. I love Christmas. I love sparkle. I love glam. That's just who I am, and I know a lot of people have different styles. That's perfectly okay. You can still watch other people's videos for inspiration. I watch a lot of videos from a lot of different creators for inspiration. So you can do that and just get ideas and then apply it to your own style, your own design, how you like to decorate. But until the next time, I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.